see the blue sea. I can hear the rooster crow in the morning, and the pigs running up and down. Big grey ugly pigs, not pink ones. Dust. A lot of honking. No one uses indicators, they all honk. A lot of congestion. Traffic. It's not really paradise, it's just too crowded. It's overcrowded. But then if you go a little bit outside, then it's quite peaceful, and you can see baskets hanging from the trees. On the beach, the sound of the waves. It's quite calm.
Legend tells, when time was young, a crocodile was saved by a boy. In return, the crocodile transformed itself into an island, which became the boy's homeland, Timor.
I came to Australia in 1975 during the Civil War, as we're trying to go through the docks, they were shooting at us, and we were missed. I was missed by a bullet by an inch.
There was a brief civil conflict in August between the two major political parties in East Timor, UDT and Fretland. So we left on the 25th of August, 1975, and I was born in December 74, so I was around about 8 or 9 months old.
The family was running, and it was with your parents as well, and they got into this abandoned house, and there were bullet shots coming from all over the place. And this abandoned house was dark. The whole family stayed in there, took refuge in this abandoned house, and all of a sudden Elizabeth started to cry as a baby. She goes, "Kill the baby! Kill the baby! You gotta kill her! You gotta sacrifice her for everybody else in the room." And
they were afraid that I would draw attention.
Yeah, they were very scared.
Our family managed to get onto this Norwegian cargo ship that happened to be passing dilly on its way to Darwin. Men weren't allowed on. It was just women and children. And Sid's dad and my dad had to, in the cover of night, just jump in and hide under the tarpaulins. And it wasn't until my mum said till she got to Darwin that when people said, "Oh, look, your husband's here in Darwin as well." Those who fled during the Civil War didn't think the war would last forever and thought they still had the opportunity to go back. And of course, all their hopes and dreams of return were dashed when Indonesians invaded in 1975.
Radio messages received here tell of Indonesian warships bombarding Dili early this morning before paratroopers dropped in a circle around the city to be joined by troops ferried ashore later. A senior member of the left-wing Fretling movement said in his first message, "We need help. Paratroopers are dropping everywhere." At times, nearly hysterical, he said that women and children were being fired on and the Indonesians were killing indiscriminately.
My name is Elizabeth. This is all my friends.
Wow, Elizabeth. She's always been the intelligent person within the family. She's like the sister, really. She lives across the road, and she's always been in and out of our lives. More like in our lives for such a long time. She's a cousin, but I think she's more like my sister.
Well, I'm an only child, and I used to spend a lot of time by myself. Whereas Sid, I don't think she had a lot of time by herself growing up in a household of, she had six older brothers and sisters. She had her grandmother living, her aunt living with her, her cousin living with her, as well as her parents. So it was a very full household. My first memory of being different, I guess, was when I started kindergarten. I think I was 3 years old, and up until that time I'd always been with my family at home, my parents, so I never spoke a word of English. And I still remember, I think I was 3 years old, and I still remember starting school and not understanding a word. I was born into this family that was very political, born into this family that would never forget that we were from East Timor, would never forget the whole. So I guess I had no say as to actually did I want to fight for East Timor's independence or not. It was expected of me. I remember one time that we came home from school and Emilia was waiting for us, and he said, right, we're going to a demonstration.
Yeah.
This is in the city square.
That's right, I remember that demonstration. And we had our hands tied in around our backs, and we had to walk down like, you know, we're being prisoned. And
then we had to pretend fake death. Because in the middle of the city square,
we had
someone dressed as an Indonesian soldier was going to shoot us, and we'd have to fall. And
we had to become a mass grave, basically. We were all falling on top of one another. And
I remember how uncomfortable that was.
They died to defend their Australian friends and to protect their Australian friends against Japanese invaders.
I was a very confused child when I got to 13, because I had enough of the suffering. I had enough of listening to politics on the dinner table during lunch, you know, breakfast, dinner, politics, politics, politics. And as a young kid, I had enough. But as I got older, I realized that, you know, there's a purpose why I'm here. I'm here for a reason. I escaped. I'm one of the lucky ones.